And me up. I wonder how all them Zoes feel, dog. I know them Zoes fucked up right now. I know the state of Florida fucked up right now.
In 2023, Kodak Black pulled off one hell of an upset that shook everyone. News dropped that Kodak did a collab with freaking Tekashi 6ix9ine, who still holds the title of hip-hop's biggest rat. The fact that they got together and did this track tells you way more about Kodak than 6ix9ine. Here's what it means. Tekashi and Yak dropped a controversial collab, and the Dominican rapper Yelling Lamas Viral was in the mix too. Yak faced some serious backlash after the initial smoke clear, but you know Kodak, he's no stranger to moments like these, and his music career just keeps on going strong. But here's the twist: even though Kodak had previously shown support for President Donald Trump, which caused a big old stir, he still had his street cred intact. Trump even pardoned him in 2021, so Kodak was feeling free and unstoppable. But things took a turn when he teamed up with Tekashi 6ix9ine, all thanks to Whack 100 and some fat stacks from 10K Records and Fume Vapes. People had mixed reactions though, and even Boosie Badass, Kodak fan, was left stunned. Whack 100, Tekashi's manager, was all proud, claiming he had set up this epic feature with Kodak Black. And get this, Kodak didn't just get a couple of bucks for his verse. No. He bagged a whopping $2 million. That's not even the whole story either. They're saying that $2 million was an understatement.
More than $1 million? I'll be real, Whack.
The video
I'm
drop?
personally telling for $1 million, but so what that $1 million, bro?
You tell it for free.
Bro, $1 million shit.
Listen, I did that
Yeah.
just to let him know it's real. I gave him that.
Yeah. Damn.
Well, you don't give a nigga something to leave.
Just on the front end.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn, man.
$2 million to understand.
Oh, what?
But as you can imagine, this move did not sit well with a lot of Kodak's fans, especially the ones with street connections who have been holding him down. It caused a major backlash on social media. And guess who was the first to speak out? Yeah, Boosie jumped right in there. This whole situation hit hard because, you know, Kodak had these pictures floating around back in 2020 showing him in a federal facility chilling with Bloods. In the end, to make matters even more intense, he got transferred to one of the most infamous federal penitentiaries, USP Big Sandy, that same year. There's no joke in there.
Like on some Z shit when I was in the feds, I was really like in the blood car. You know what I'm saying? But niggas respect me cause I ain't never start like talking down on my Z. Niggas don't know that I ain't riding y'all boys trying to act like y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm still on some shit like I'm Z'd up to the field. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Through it all, Kodak even wrote a letter back home, and you can only imagine what he was going through. Yak was respected among the Bloods because he still kept his loyalty to the Haitian Z's, even though he was the only representative in the pen. Kodak's been talking about being the biggest Z multiple times, and no, it's not about zombies or anything like that. He's actually referring to the Zone Mafia family, often confused with its predecessor, Zoo Pound. Now, Zone Mafia family, or ZMF, is a Haitian prison gang that started in Brevard, CI, which is Florida's most notorious young offender prison. The members of this gang were super young, like 14 to 18 years old, but they were still causing some serious violence. These ZMF, or Zos, as they call themselves, were hardcore rivals of the Bloods in Florida prisons, and this feud had been going on for ages, still continuing to this day. But here's the kicker though, outside of Florida, these Zos don't have much power at all. With all that being said, why would Kodak do a song with Tekashi 6ix9ine? Well, Tekashi actually snitched on the very same gang that Kodak said had his back while he was locked up. I mean, apart from the money, it's a total head scratcher. The same gang that held Kodak down behind bars is one that Tekashi ratted on, and yet they're doing a song together. You gotta wonder what's going on in Kodak's mind and why he's making these kind of moves. But hey, in the world of rap, you never know what kind of surprises are waiting around the corner for you. Maybe that money made him change his ways? Who knows, man? Boosie came for Kodak for switching sides, and it's all because of that nasty bag. Boosie doesn't see much sense in it, and as he always very often does, he let the entire world know where he stands on it. It's a big old L for Kodak in Boosie's book.
And me up. I wonder how all them Zoes feel, dog. I know them Zoes fucked up right now. I know the state of Florida fucked up right now.
Whack 100, on the other hand, kept his side next to Yak. In his eyes, Kodak did absolutely nothing wrong. He's an artist and he makes music. What he does in the streets, well, that's a different pair of shoes. That's why Whack addressed Boosie and he had this message for him in a recent interview. Whack 100 shared his opinion on the fact that Boosie denounced Kodak. Whack stopped by No Jumper and spilled the juicy deets on how they convinced Kodak to collaborate with Tekashi 6ix9ine.
I will say this, anybody, and I hope Boosie call me Boosie, cause we want to talk to you. You know, we always have to understand his love, but to say Yak ain't who he is, because he did some business,
Right.
it's crazy.
According to Wack, Kodak did not hold back when he spoke his mind. He was like, listen, I've been to jail too, just like Boosie, but this dude went to jail and bam, in 24 hours his Rolls-Royce truck was up for sale. Maybe he should focus on doing a verse with someone instead. So what's up with all that jazz? Why does Boosie feel entitled to comment on Yak making the bag thirsty moves when he too is ready to get out of his comfort zone and get that paycheck? Here's exactly what Wack was talking about. See, Boosie Badass is going through some rough times. He put his fancy Rolls-Royce truck up for sale because he needs some serious cash. The man is looking for a cool $240K in cash for that luxury ride. He even hit up Instagram to find potential buyers, telling them to send him a DM if they're interested, and they got the dough. But here's the thing, right before the sale announcement, Boosie got arrested by federal officials, and that just added more fuel to the fire in the comments section of his posts. Some folks were supportive, saying he's just trying to get back home to his kids and then he'll bounce back with another car. Others were a little bit harsh, saying that he should have enough money already and that he should have been more careful. It's been a roller coaster for Boosie lately. He had a small victory in a San Diego courtroom though, where they dismissed a gun case against him. But guess what? As soon as he stepped out that courtroom, federal agents swooped in and arrested him for something else entirely. The details are all pretty hazy still to this point, but we know it is not looking good for Boosie. Boosie took to Twitter after the arrest, saying sorry to his kids and showing them love. It's tough to see him going through all this, especially after he was reportedly filming a music video before his original arrest in San Diego. And the ups and downs in Boosie's life are crazy right now. Let's just hope things get better for him and the ship rights itself, so he can bounce back stronger than ever. But let's get back to the sauce between him and Wack. So Wack made it very clear that he's got love for Boosie, no doubt, but he wants to talk it out with him because he thinks it's crazy to judge Kodak for doing some business. Boosie was ticked off when Kodak collaborated with 6ix9ine because, you know, 6ix9ine had that whole cooperation thing with the feds. Boosie felt Kodak had no morals or principles, and that he wasn't happy about it at all. But if you ask Wack 100, the collab between Tekashi and Kodak is strictly business, and there's nothing wrong with that.
I let the world know that I'm doing business with 6ix9ine. And when I do business with a person, I do business. He had a request, and you know, I did what I do. I went out there and fulfilled the request.
Wack 100 came through for Kodak big time, throwing a ton of cash his way, and even hooking him up with his very own Rolls-Royce when they met to record Kodak's verse on 6ix9ine's track, Shakalaka. And that joint is already blowing up with over 9 million views on YouTube. Wack's got that insider scoop too. He told the story of how Kodak left in style after their meeting. Black car, poof, turned into a swanky Rolls-Royce. Kodak drove off like a boss with his fam in tow.
He came in a black car and he left in a Rolls-Royce.
Really?
Yeah, tossed him the keys, told him go home.
You gave him a car?
I mean, Kodak left in a Rolls-Royce.
How'd he get the Rolls-Royce?
I mean, we tossed him the keys, told him go home. It's love.
Like, here's a bonus car on top of your
And
feet.
what it is, he put his baby seat in that bitch. He jumped in the driver's seat. He put his driver in the passenger seat, his queen in the back, and I jumped on the freeway with him.
The drama did not stop there though. Kodak addressed the backlash while performing live at Rollin' Loud. He closed out his set spitting his Shakalaka verse and responded to the haters with a bold statement, I ain't no follower.
We know these rap niggas, we know these fuck niggas ain't, but damn, I ain't no follower. I come as I am, yeah.
Oh boy, it looks like this collab also stirred up some trouble with Anuel AA, who's also been beefing with Tekashi. And while had previously praised Kodak, but now things have changed. Kodak took a shot at him in a verse, throwing some shade about Anuel's ex and their child being with 6ix9ine. Some are thinking Kodak Black totally finessed Tekashi 6ix9ine, scoring a few mil from him and even dissing him in his own song. It's like a double whammy. If Tekashi really paid $2 million, then I don't blame Kodak a bit. Easy $2 mil he's made. Probably spent 30 minutes on a half-assed verse and kept it moving. Who cares what the streets think? It's not like Kodak snitched on anyone. But then there are others who are saying, hold up, why even do this collab in the first place? They're not feeling it at all. And they've got a point. And guess what? This isn't the first time Tekashi's tried to get a big feature either. There was this wild drama with Tekashi allegedly paying Lil Tim for a verse. You know, the same guy charged with killing King Von. Tekashi wanted a verse that disrespected Von and stirred things up with Lil Durk, but Lil Tim was like, nah man, and kept the cash. But the drama doesn't stop there. Tekashi's team apparently offered Lil Durk a whopping $3 million just to beef online and keep that buzz going. Same thing happened with New York rapper Lil TJ. It's like Tekashi's all about that drama life. And remember when King Von was still around? He dissed Akon for doing a remix with 6ix9ine on Locked Up. It was all shades of drama back then too. This rap game, man, it's wild. And the drama never seems to end. But what's y'all's take on Tekashi and Kodak coming together for a track? And do you think Kodak double-crossed the streets for doing so? Let us know what you think down in the comments section below. If you like this video, click that like button, comment, subscribe to the channel, share it with a friend or two, and as always, remember to keep it RIZZLE.